Okay, this is my dad's 1966 Ford Mustang Coupe, and right now we just pulled it out of storage, and so we're charging. The battery is totally dead, so we're gonna charge it up and try to start tomorrow. My dad's gonna tell a little bit about what he has in this and how he got it. So I'm gonna come over here, and he's gonna tell. So tell us where the car came from.
I got this car from my mother. My parents came to visit me one weekend, and they're sitting there, and my dad said that they're going to get rid of the Mustang. If I wanted it, I could have it. So I said, yeah, I want it. So they brought it up and delivered it to me. Well, it was just a regular, just a little stock Mustang with the 289 in it, and it was quick for what it had. So I made arrangements through a company called Midway to build me another motor a little bit faster, and they did that, and it made a big difference in the performance and the quickness of it. With that motor, I raced a couple things. I had a friend that had a Mercedes, and they put a big V8 in it. Thought it was fast. Wanted to test my Mustang. So we took it out. From a standing start, I ate him up. From a running start, I ate him up. Everything he tried, this little Mustang outran him.
That was the first motor that you had in it. What was the first motor? How was it built? It was a 289, or what was it?
Yeah, it was a 289, and it was just pumped up, had a little better cam in it, and a few things.
And then what did you switch to after that? Where did you get that motor?
So this motor that's in it is a 302, came out of a Ford Bronco. My cousin was putting a 351 Windsor in his Ford Bronco, and he took this out, and I asked him what he's going to do with it. He says, if I want it, take it. So I took the 302, took it down to a friend of mine, a guy I know, that had a shop, rebuilt motors, and I had him bore it and do all kinds of things to it, everything we could think of. Put 351 Windsor heads on it with special roller rocker system in it. And once you start that, then you got to go to a special manifold. Well, if you're going to do that, you might as well get the best carburetor, put the best 4-barrel carburetor on it we could find.
And what is it? I think it's a Demon 850, isn't it?
Yeah.
How about the tranny?
Well, we didn't want any drag on that engine, so we took the old water pump out and put an electric water pump on it so it wouldn't have that much drag. But once you start all this, everything else falls in line. I put a total control front end in it, all special built and everything. And when you do that, then you got to put a new steering wheel shaft and all that in there. And then, with that motor is being built, its transmission has to go in. And they went through it, put more clutches in it. I don't know. I don't understand trannies that much, so I don't know what all they did, but they really beefed it up.
Well, it was the first and second, some really low in first gear, right?
Yeah.
And then second gear.
When it goes to second gear, it catapults the car forward.
Yeah. Now, how about the rear end? What's in the rear end? It's a
rear end
3-0 gears.
A 9-inch rear end. I got it out of a Cougar, Mercury Cougar. And then my friend at the had a mechanic shop and stuff. We took the rear end and made a posi out of it. I think it's a 348 posse
Okay.
is the rear end. So then you do that rear end and stuff. You got to have a special drive shaft made,
Yeah.
and so it just
Yeah.
and with that motor, then you had to put in a special radiator.
And how many horsepower?
They claim it pumps 410 horses.
Yeah, which doesn't seem a lot, but that I've driven it.
Well, what does a 289 stock have? 100 and some horses.
Yeah, I mean that's more power, really, and it's just about how you drive it.
Yeah.
How fast have you been? I thought you told me.
I was coming up 101 one time, and I came up behind, I think it's a Mitsubishi Eclipse, little sports car, and they're fast. And he must have been doing about 60, 65. So I moved over into the left lane to go around him. When I got up there, he punched it and just waiting for me to get there so he could get on it. And I got this up to, I outran him, but I was hitting 140 in this.
Wow,
just
that's
about,
scary.
which was pretty stupid as I look back, and I wouldn't want to do it again.
How about that time when Shannon was with you? Tell me that story.
My
Where was that
daughter
at?
Shannon, we had been at a car show there in Salinas, and the guy comes in. He had a 52 or 54 Ford Galaxy, nice car. Boy, he was out there. He had the hood up, and he was walking around it. He had a crew for people. He was telling them, you know, how the car was fast. He had a 407 turbocharged with a 4-speed. And he said, this is fast. And, you know, and it probably was. So after the car show, my daughter and I get in the Mustang. We're headed home. We come to a stoplight, and here's a guy in the Ford pulls up alongside of me. And he sits over there going, vroom, vroom, vroom. I told my daughter, I said, don't pay any attention to him. So we moved down to the next stoplight, same thing, vroom, 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 vroom. And then he kind of launched it just a little bit, you know, just to try to irritate me. So we left that light. We got about halfway through it, and I looked over at my daughter and I said, Shannon, buckle him up, girl. We're going to see what this boy has. So we got up to the next light, and he was doing the same thing, and the light changed, and I hit it. I was in low, and he did take me off the line. He had that big block in there. But when we hit second gear, it pulled me forward ahead of him. By the next light, he wasn't in the lead anymore. And when he went by, was getting on the freeway there. When he went by, he just stuck, his wife, I guess, stuck her thumb up out the window.
Sure, it wasn't the middle finger.
and a doctor friend of mine happened to be in the parking lot there at the shopping center. When he saw me, he said, I saw it. And I said, you got him. And I said, yeah, I guess I did.
How about that time when they were cruising Main Street and you had Ed with you?
Cruising Main Street, another Mustang. I don't remember if it was a 65 or 66. Kept trying to harass me. Let's race him. I said, no, this isn't the place to do that. And he kept on. I had my brother-in-law with me. So we made the loop and came back around and coming back down on the street, Main Street, and here he is. I got caught at a stoplight, and here he is at the stoplight, you know. Come on, man, come on. And I said, nah. And then he started calling me a pussy. So we got down to the next light. He rolled down the window. I said, Hitchcock Road. He said, okay. Well, we get out on Hitchcock Road, you know, and he got there ahead of us. And when we were pulling up, we were on the road, black part, black pavement, and I could see he had one wheel in the gravel. And I knew he didn't have posse. So only one wheel was going to spin. And we took off. He never did see me. He sat back there. We were down at the end of the road by the time he got going. He was mad.
All right, so yeah, that's about it for the story on this Mustang. And we'll do another video. We're going to get it started. Just waiting for the battery charger. So
I'd like to pull the motor out and put one of those new Coyote motors in it.
That's next.
That's going to be
and
next.
I think we need to do big brakes, big disc brakes all the way around.
Yeah.
And maybe a roll cage inside. So, all right, we'll have another video when we get it started.